So how's it going?
It's going fine. I've spent the day just cleaning, really.
Mm.
I moved my Christmas tree.
To where?
Like, just the other end of the room. Like, just somewhere different in the room.
Mm. How have the dogs been with it? Have they been all at it
Do you
or
know,
no really cared?
they've been fine. Sasha doesn't really care, but Lainey likes the jingle baubles, the ones that
Mm.
kind of make a wee bit of noise. And her tail is constantly hitting them. Like, she's just constantly just flapping that tail and just constantly hitting them. Just broken decorations and everything.
Oof.
How's it going with you?
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same old shite here. I've not put up any decorations yet of any kind. But
Mm-hmm.
I did I haven't put up any actual decorations, but I have made some Christmassy changes to like my stream and stuff. Like
Oh, that's cool.
I made some of my alerts that go off when people follow and stuff are like Christmassy themed now, and some of the emotes in my chat are changed to Christmassy ones,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
shit like that. So
Are you feeling festive?
I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to like get the festive vibe going for the
Mm-hmm.
month, just to try and get into it more. So
I think you need to do what I do and get into the vibe in November, and then when Christmas comes around, you're there. You're already there.
I mean, I feel like starting in December's plenty of time. 25 days is quite a good amount.
Uh,
You know?
I mean, sure. If your name's the Grinch, I mean, sure.
Fucking bah humbug, eh? I don't set up my decorations till December 1st, bah humbug.
Bah humbug. Do you know? I had a thought yesterday, right? And it's as I was tidying up my kitchen, and I looked in my sink, and I realised something.
Mm.
There wasn't a basin there, and then I remembered about how hard and how furiously I argued for the benefits of a basin, and I don't even use it.
Almost like I was right all along.
No, I wouldn't say you were right,
Absolutely
but I
was.
mean, I wouldn't say you were right, but I mean, maybe you had a point.
I just don't understand the point of a basin in a sink. The sink is fine to use on its own. Why do
Mhm.
you need a separate container within this container that exists to hold water? It just
I
gives you
mean,
less room to like. It just gives you less room. It's just I don't get it. The point in one.
I guess the only reason I argued for it, I guess, is because I was used to always having one. But like, see, like since getting my own place, I've never felt like I've needed to buy a basin. You know,
Exactly.
like I've just never needed it. I've stayed in this 2 years now, so maybe I don't think I needed to argue that hard for that basin. For all that it was,
Aye, I mean, I just don't get the point in it, man. It just seems like such a. I mean, it's good to have a basin for other things, like you know.
hmm
The only thing I can ever think of ever using a basin for where it was actually like useful was like when you were sick and you
hmm
could put a bit of water in it and just have it next to your bed in case you needed to like
be sick. Yeah,
be a bit sick and you wouldn't have to run to the toilet.
I mean, I'm sure there's like a thousand and one benefits for a basin, but I've never. I'm just trying to think of like how furiously I argued for that basin. Called you everything under the sun, basically. Like, basically called you a Neanderthal, fucking flapping sticks about his technology. As if I was so great arguing for a basin, and I don't even use it.
Right?
Don't even use it.
It's
But I'm thinking again, one.
why
Just for old time's sake.
for all time's sake.
just be like looking at the basin, being like, "Do I really need you? Give me one moment," because I foolishly closed the doors, thinking that the puppies would give me peace, but that's not the case, is it, baby?
They
Because you're sitting greeting at the door.
absolutely will not give you peace.
No peace will be had.
If they know you're in there and that door's closed, they'll want in.
Well, this is the thing. Like, she's doing her wee zoomies now. She's all dead happy because I don't know, because she's in the living room with me. But I know what she secretly wants. She is a devious girl, and you know, it just keeps getting earlier and earlier where they'll tell me when they want their dinner.
Mm.
I know I shouldn't have said it. I know I shouldn't have said it.
You shouldn't have said the word.
No. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast with me, Rid, and Lainey, apparently.
She will be chiming in.
She'll just chime in. She'll just be like, "No, I don't agree with that." Lainey, where do you stand on the basins? Do you want a basin or do you know what a basin? I mean, it sounded like she was, I don't know, it sounded like she was all for it, but no, really. I don't know, I can't speak Doug.
I mean, doesn't sound like that to me at all, and I definitely speak Doug. So, you know.
You know, I've been watching like dog films, and I've been starting to pick up a bit of dog, and that was definitely some words of negativity there for basins. Is that true, baby?
What dog films? Fucking.
Well, you'd need to get like the dog films that aren't dubbed, you know, where it's just the barking.
The fuck's that? What the hell's that movie? The
Lassie?
No, the one with the dog that plays fucking basketball. What the fuck is that dog's... What is that called? That's gonna piss me off now.
I feel like Wonder Dog? No.
No, it's just...
Like Underdog? Wonder Dog? I don't know.
I don't remember. That's gonna annoy me. It's no film I've ever actually seen, I just know of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's like a whole series of the fucking movies in the US. It's just that dog playing all these different sports, and it's very silly. But
yeah,
I don't know.
It does seem kind of silly.
Kids
movies.
It's like just kids movies. Fucking. I think they're the movies where that whole shit came from, where they're like, well, the rule book doesn't say a dog can play. that whole
trope.
That trope, I think that's where they come from. Is like the kind of movies. This fucking...
It's such a shitty trope.
It doesn't even make sense. I guarantee in the sports, in the rule books of these sports, I guarantee that it says the players have to be humans.
Mm-hmm. Or at least they stipulate that no one other than a human can play.
Well, otherwise you could just be like, our new teammate is a gorilla. We're going to put him in the front. We're going to put him in the front line, and good luck to you. Silverback will just fuck the whole defensive line up, and we'll just go score.
Here's our best sprinter. It's a panther. And if it doesn't like you and it rips your throat out, well, that's game.
I'm just going to stand at your end zone with a piece of meat for no reason.
Talking of meat, guess what I made this week?
What did you make?
Gumbo.
Gumbo?
Gumbo.
That's something I've heard people refer to, but I'm honestly not 100% sure on what gumbo is.
Gumbo is a Southern American, probably like the deep south, like Louisiana, that kind of area, and it's essentially a stew.
Ah, okay.
But what I really like about like that kind of cooking is that they incorporate like a lot of French cooking techniques into kind of like Western or American food. So for a gumbo, you have to, or for a good gumbo, you make what's called a roux, and it's like flour and butter, and you mix it together, and you let it burn, kind of. You let it darken over like a few hours. So like to make a good roux, it takes like a couple of hours of you constantly stirring this roux, and then you add I guess you can add like whatever you want, but from what I understand, for a gumbo to be authentic, it has to have bell peppers, celery, and onions for the vegetable base.
Mm.
Some form of sausage, which I like to use a Spanish chorizo sausage. So it's like a nice kind of smoky,
Mm.
like really, really smoky flavour. And then you just add in like shrimp or chicken, and it's just essentially like a stew, and you serve it with rice, but it's very tasty.
It,
Very tasty.
it sounds pretty nice. I will say the name gumbo does not sound appeasing at all.
No, because well, I guess it like for me the name gumbo kind of sounds like you've just thrown a lot of things in a pot,
Aye, I guess.
And I guess it is kind of like that, but it's a wee bit more, or as far as I know, it's a wee bit more thought out than just things thrown in a pot. Because, as I say, you need to start halfway the roux, and it takes ages. Like when I was stirring it, right? Because I was honestly out of pan for about 2 hours, just stood on my feet stirring this fucking bastard. And I shouted up to Alan, I was like, "You better fucking love me for this. It's a labour of love."
This is why I hate cooking. 2 hours stirring a pot just for a single meal. It's just like, man, fuck that.
I know, but it is tasty. It is worth it.
It does sound like it would be pretty delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Aye. That's one of
I
the
think.
that's one of the kind of foods that I've heard every now and then in my life people refer to,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, I've no idea what it is at all. It's like, I fucking gumbo, aye, sure.
Mm-hmm. See, when I hear like when somebody tells me about a food I've tried or I've never heard of, I like to look it up, and I like to look up kind of like where it's fae,
Mm.
like where in the world, because you can tell what the flavour's kind of going to be like. Like I think that if it's typically American food, then it's going to be, not to offend any chefs in America, but it's going to be like fast food or fast cuisine. It's going to
Aye.
be like a burger or, but don't get me wrong, like especially like in places as I say, about like Louisiana, New Orleans, stuff like that. They do like long smoked briskets, and they've got like a lot of flavour in their food. And
Aye.
then when you look at British food, it's kind of beige. Everything's the same colour.
I don't know.
Like if you look,
I don't know if I really want to complain about my food not being colourful enough.
I know, but like when you look at like if you take for instance like Spanish food, it's like it's rich in like seafood and colour and vegetables. The same way like even Polish food, like Polish food's like it's like pickled veg and like pastries and breads and stuff like that. It's infinitely more, to me anyway, tasty and that than just what we usually have. Because we usually, well, Scotland's national dish is the haggis.
I like haggis.
I like haggis, but people would be more inclined to eat haggis if they had no idea what it was, what it was in it, or what it was.
I mean, that's the thing. I feel. I mean, I feel like that's true for like probably a lot of foods, though. To be honest, like,
Really?
I mean, I feel like some there's probably some dishes that people just don't think about what's exactly is in it, and if they hear exactly what it's like made for, they would be like, ugh.
Well, I guess a good example of that would be escargot,
Mm.
which is snails and garlic butter.
Aye.
But escargot sounds a wee bit better than gastropods and some garlics.
I had to cough there, so I muted myself. So,
That's fine. I honestly thought that you'd went to the door for
nah.
a delivery.
The but I don't know, because like, I mean, people say when they hear like what haggis is, that it's like sheep intestines and all that, and they're like, ooh, it's like, well, you're eating everything else for the animal.
Mm-hmm.
What's so different about this specific part? It's still, you know what I mean? And
It brings up like this really weird attitude that people have with food. Like I've always found it where haggis is it's the intestines and it's the like all that kind of stuff, and it's wrapped in a bladder and that. But like, how is that any different than eating, say, just the arm meat or just the leg meat?
Aye. I mean, honestly.
Like people are like, oh, I could eat a cow, but I'd never eat a horse. But then, like, what really objectionally, what are the differences between the two? Horses actually like the meat is better for you. It's leaner. It's less fat. I just don't. I don't.
Aye.
get- I guess I don't understand that point where people are really pick and choosy about what they eat. Knowing like but you know what way I mean, where it's like,
Aye, you're not sitting here saying that people should be eating fucking like dugs and shit like that.
I no, like everybody eat, eat whatever you are comfortable with, but like if you eat meat, I would say if you eat meat in any form of capacity, then you really shouldn't judge what other meat people eat.
Aye.
Like because I think in Australia they eat kangaroo.
Aye, I've heard a few people say that they have tried kangaroo and it was alright, and it was alright.
hmm I'm sure you can eat crocodile and stuff like that. It's
That sounds like it would be really tough to eat.
well, I think maybe underneath like the blubber, I guess the skin, maybe it's like really soft, and I don't know. I
Mm.
have no idea. Um, have you ever heard of? I get this right. Like some of the weird things that people eat, like fermented shark meat, or is rotten shark meat or something like that,
Ugh.
and they bury it. So they don't chill it or anything like that. They like bury it for months, and apparently it's a delicacy.
I just
Crazy.
why I feel like the word delicacy gets thrown around a lot. I mean, it sounds fucking disgusting, but some people eat it.
Well, haggis is a delicacy in Scotland.
It's true.
I mean, I personally wouldn't like to try fermented shark, mainly because I don't really like my food rotting. I like it kind of fresh,
Aye.
you know, you know. Um, but I mean, like if somebody had gave me like a bit of fresh shark, um, I don't know, I don't know if I would object to it. It's just fish, I guess. Well, in fact, it's a mammal, isn't it?
I don't think I would. I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't mind trying just about any animal to eat. But like, I feel like I don't know how. I don't know if this is true for like every single kind of dish that they make. A like shark, if there is many different ones. But the fact that like the shark fin soup thing that gets made.
Mm,
The fact that the
yeah.
way that is made is that they'll kill a shark and like just for the fins, and then not even use any of the estate is just such a fucking waste.
Aye.
It just seems like, I mean, don't be hunting and killing animals if you're gonna use one fucking piece of the thing. That's just shit.
Aye,
It's
and
just
when
shitty.
I totally agree. I think that talking about haggis, like at least like the or how we make haggis is made through like the waste products of the animal.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing is really being wasted, and I always believe that you should respect your food
Aye.
because you should, and I think that if you're just if, as you say, like if you're just going for the fins and like you're leaving, I mean, what for what the animal's dying for what?
Aye. Dying
It's
for a
just for a
fucking
bowl of soup.
aye.
No, it's not worth it.
Aye.
hmm
I'm
It,
fucking. Go ahead.
no, on you go, on you go.
I was gonna say that I've been thinking about trying some of those new like Impossible meats, the fake meat
hmm
that has been getting more popular over the past couple of years. It's
hmm
one of the things that I'm like I should probably try it because I've seen so many videos and stuff of people trying it and really saying that it doesn't seem very different.
hmm
Um,
Are
and
you thinking about?
especially for like red meats that are like probably a lot healthier to actually eat the the vegan version of, because red meat is very can be very unhealthy if you eat
Yeah,
too
a
much
lot
of
of
it.
it. Yeah,
Although to be fair, I
yeah.
don't actually eat that much red meat. I probably eat more white meat than any other kind, like just
Mhm.
chicken and stuff. But it's
Mhm.
definitely something I feel like trying out sometime.
Are you thinking about that for a kind of morality or as a health kind of thing, or a mix of both?
Uh, I would see. I think I think the only reasons that I would like totally go, no, maybe not go totally vegan, but I would like at least switch over in terms of like the meat to
Mhm.
like the fake stuff would probably mostly be for health reasons and for like environmental reasons more
Yeah.
than anything else.
Mhm.
Um, just because of how much how much like how much like meat farms and shit are like kind of bad for the
Mhm.
environment.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, I don't really have a morality objection to people eating animals. To be honest,
Mhm.
like it's part of nature. It's a thing that you know.
It is unfortunately a part of nature where
It is a part of it
we.
is a part of nature. So I'm just like I'm not going to sit here and
Mhm.
like pretend like oh it shouldn't be a thing when it's like it's just a
Mhm.
thing that happens.
Well, we're unlucky enough as a species to be smart enough to realise that other animals have feelings and um, you know can be affected by stuff like that. But we're kind of dumb enough where we're like, or we've not progressed enough to the point where like we've not found like an alternative food source or like do you know what I mean? We've not found a food source
Hmm.
that with 100% certainty we can say that it's morally correct, it's environmentally friendly, all that kind of stuff.
I mean, that's the thing. If fucking I've said this before, but if they came out with a thing that was like, hey, here's this thing you can buy that is just like comes in like a tube or is just like a
Hmm.
bar or some shit that you can just get and it's got all the nutrients that you need that a human needs like daily and you can eat
Hmm.
this one thing that you can eat this one thing your whole life and you would be fine. And I'd
Hmm.
probably use it a lot. I wouldn't use maybe wouldn't use it exclusively, but it'd be like a thing where it'd be like
Hmm.
I would be fine using that most of the time, and then like occasionally when I feel like eating something else for taste purposes, I wouldn't really use it. But
Hmm.
there's sometimes where I just want to fill my belly, get the calories now that I need, and that's it, and then do other stuff. I don't want to.
Aye.
There's times where I don't want to like be like, oh, I'm gonna go and fucking make something and all this
Hmm.
blah blah blah. Sometimes I just want to.
Stir,
I'm just
stir a pot
hungry.
for tours.
Sometimes I'm just like I'm hungry and I need to fill my stomach with something.
Hmm. I get that. I guess I, I don't think I could ever. I don't think I could ever like whether it was like take a pill or
Mm-hmm.
a shot or whatever it was. I don't think I could ever do it because I think I love to eat and I love to taste stuff. So like I feel like your taste is one of your senses, and I guess if you're just kind of or if you forget about it, the sense would dull. So maybe I kind of feel
Mm.
like I feel like that if you were to like take a pill or whatever it was, then say one day you wanted to have like a bit of lemon cake, it would be so sour that it would be you couldn't enjoy it, or it would be so sweet that you couldn't enjoy it because you're just not used to it. Like
Uh,
if you were to take someone, um, say if you like 200 years ago, and you were to give them the food that we eat now, they would find it really hard to digest because our food now is kind of processed. Most of it's processed.
mm-hmm.
The flavors would be completely different, like the chemicals and stuff like that. It could have a really adverse effect. So for me, taste is a big thing. I will whether I go like if I do a vegan kind of journey, um, I guess I'll still always kind of want tasty stuff,
Mm.
you know. And meat is very tasty. Like
Yes.
meat is very tasty, like especially when done well. And not that vegetables can't be tasty, but I don't know. Like, there's just a part of me that just I think will always want meat in some form or another. You know.
Aye. I mean I agree. I enjoy. I very much enjoy the taste of things. I
Hmm.
love cheese.
Cheese
Love
is good.
cheese. But like I think if I had to choose one of my five, like, well, Technically, there's more than 5 senses, but everybody knows the 5 senses.
Aye.
If I had to choose one of my main 5, one of those 5 senses that everybody knows of, to like not have anymore, it would probably be taste, to be honest. Just because like it has benefits. If you can't taste things, it means you can eat stuff that would be like really healthy for you, but that might not taste very good, and you wouldn't even notice. You know,
True. Very true.
Or you just wouldn't have to worry as much about getting stuff that you know that you like. You could just buy whatever and eat it, and it will just it's got benefits to it.
It does have benefits.
Losing any other,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the one benefit of losing like sense of smell would be you wouldn't have to smell bad stuff. I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You would never be able to smell good stuff either. Like you would never be able to smell like freshly baked pies or you know, I guess like your taste and smell are obviously connected.
That's the thing. They are
yeah.
connected. So I do wonder if like losing your sense of smell definitely would affect your taste. But I wonder how much losing your sense of taste would affect your sense of smell, if much at all. I don't know what.
Yeah,
I don't
true.
know how they would really, how much they would really affect each other if you lose one.
That's worth some research. You know, like if there's somebody with money out there that wants to give us money to fund this research, just you know. But you know, it's certainly a good time of the year to have your taste buds and your nose working. Is there any like festive favourites of food that you're looking forward to this year?
I always like a nice wee mince pie.
Love a mince pie.
Love a mince pie. I always grab some mince pies around this time of year when I'm at the shops.
Do you know what's weird about the mince pies? The Americans think that we eat mince meat pies.
It's no mince meat. I mean, we do eat mince meat pies, but the Christmassy ones are not mince meat.
They are the fruit. It's a sweet pie.
It's this kind of sweet pies they would be used to.
But the thing is, like, they still market it as mince meat. Like, see when like because you can buy the mince meat in the jars in the at, like supermarkets and stuff. And if you're looking for it and you're looking for the filling, it's mince meat filling that you look for. So confusing.
It's funny because in the description, it literally it's got it in quotations, mince meat, because it's not actually mince meat. It's just called that for no reason.
I love a Stollen loaf.
Stollen loaf.
Stollen loaf. You ever had Stollen?
I don't think I have.
I think it's German. I might be wrong. But it is like a really sweet fruit bread. With marzipan through it.
Ooh.
And then dusted with like ice and sugar. And it's just, I love it. It's just very tasty.
That sounds quite nice.
And fruitcake. I love fruitcake. That wee bit of icing.
Aye. Bit of Christmas pud.
Do you know what you're having for Christmas dinner yet?
I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing for Christmas dinner, if I'm going anywhere or no. So
what do you want to do?
I'm not bothered, really. I mean, if any family says to me like, "Hey, do you want to come to yours for Christmas dinner?" I'll be like, "Aye, fair enough." But if none of them do, I imagine most likely I'll probably go to my grand's, because my dad will probably be like, he's going to have all the wains and all my sister's wains and all that, and they'll be just busy as fuck. I'm like, I don't want to be another mouth to feed in our already hectic fucking what will already be a hectic meal for yous. So it's likely that my gran will probably say, "What are you doing for Christmas dinner, son?" And I'll be like, "Oh, nothing." And she'll be like, "Oh, come to yours," and I'll be like, "All right."
That's sweet.
So most likely that's what's going to happen. I think.
I'm at a really kind of awkward kind of stage where so like basically our plans is on Christmas Eve or my mum will come to mine for dinner. Christmas Day, me and Alan will have our Christmas at our house, and then Boxing Day we'll go over to Alan's mum's house and celebrate Christmas, Boxing Day and Alan's birthday. His
Oh,
birthday and Boxing
aye.
Day.
So it is. I forgot about
But
that. That's
nobody
crazy.
ever remembers it because
Aye.
it's around Christmas.
That's a bastard.
It's such a bastard. We're so lucky to be born in the summer.
I know. Fucking hell. Being born like around New Year's and Christmas just must be so shite.
It must be so. Nobody ever remembers your birthday, or nobody. You know, like when if we were to have a birthday, we could go out and people could put like some balloons up or we have a
Aye.
birthday banner. But if you go out like at this time or as this time's your birthday, it's always about Christmas and it's always it's never really about anything else.
It's never your birthday. It's Christmas and your birthday.
It's your birthday, aye.
It's never
Yep.
just your birthday. Aye. Fuck, man.
So that's what we're up to.
That is the bastard thing about being in a relationship around the holidays. It's always a discussion of like, right, who's are we going to?
I hate it. I really do hate it. That's why I just kind of came up with the day on, day off system.
That is a good system to have, aye.
Where, my mum's first, so because people can be petty
Aye.
over the holidays, and it's like, well, how coming to my house first, and blah 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 blah. So it just kind of worked out better that we could celebrate Alan's birthday and Christmas Day and Boxing Day with his family on his birthday, and then nobody can moan.
That is one nice thing about that is your mum can't really argue against you being like, well, we want to go to Alan's parents on Boxing Day because it's, his
Aye.
birthday as well. She can't really argue against that and be like, no, you have to come to mine. And then having Christmas Day just be used to your place means nobody's getting left out on the actual Christmas Day. So it's a good system.
And the best part of it is I get to do Christmas Day or spend Christmas Day the way that I want to spend it.
Aye.
I don't need to be there for a certain time for dinner. I don't need to,
Aye.
I can just kind of take it. It's Christmas Day should be just a day of happiness and just relaxing.
Yeah. That's a good way. That's a good way you've got it done.
Are you having us round for Christmas dinner at any point?
Who the fuck do you think's going to cook Christmas dinner? Me and Frankie. I cook it all.
That was implied, yeah.
No. If I tried to cook it, it would be fucking burnt, and if Frankie cooks it, it'll be a smoothie, a Huel or some shit.
Fucking Huel, I know. I was going to say. Christmas dinner would be in a tumbler, blended.
I guarantee me and Frankie have never even fucking been near a fucking chicken or turkey that's raw, like a full one.
I don't know, I kind of would love to see it, like, even if it was just like a video or something, and it's like you and Frankie figuring out how to make a full Christmas dinner.
If man.
And it's hard, like, most people would fail anyway. Like, it's a really hard thing to do and pull off and stuff like that. So
I don't think we even could make one with the shitty oven we've got, to be honest. It's a piece of shit. Ain't in there for longer than like 15 minutes and it just burns. It's shite.
That's so weird. Do you think there's maybe like somebody hitting the NOS button?
I think just the heat regulation on it's just fucked and it just like gets way hotter than it's supposed to be.
Like straight from 0 to like 400 degrees.
Aye. I'll set it to 200 and then it'll just be like, what if I go higher though? It's like, well, don't. But as long as something only takes around 15 minutes-ish to cook, then it's fine. If it goes like above 20, it's like that's going to get burnt black. No matter what degrees I put it at, it's just going to get burnt black.
Do you know, I bet you it's something that a lot of people will relate to, that, they'll have an appliance that has to be worked a certain way. And it's no broken. It still works, and as long as it still works, under certain parameters, you'll never get rid of it.
Aye.
Like my Xbox, it'll randomly crash, and it can't play any games that are made today. But I'm not getting that thing up.
It's one of the things where like you become so used to it using it, but as it slowly decayed to that point, you get so used to it. But then when somebody comes over that isn't used to it, and then you have to explain to them why it's like that, and this is how you work it and all that, and they just give that look of like, why do you live like this? And you're just like, I don't. And you can't even like get a good reason. You're just like,
Nah,
I don't know. It's just the way it is.
because you agree. You're like, why do I live like this?
It's just something you don't think about. You're just like, that's just how my Xbox is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just normal.
And that's just how my oven works.
Aye.
Everybody, I swear, everybody will have a story like that where it's like, you know, the toilet, you have to jiggle the handle the right way, or
Aye.
you know, something like that.
It's one of the weird things, isn't it? It's like anytime you go to somebody else's place, there's just weird things like that you're just like, there's always an enigma. Like whenever you use somebody else's shower, and it always seems to be a fucking mission to figure out how the fuck their shower works because it's
You think
so
you're
different
diffusing
from
a
yours.
bomb.
Aye.
Yeah.
It's like a shower's such an easy, simple thing in your own house. You go to somebody else's and you look and there's all these knobs and you're just like, right, what does what?
Mm-hmm.
And you try and turn one in and it's just all cold and you're like, oh fuck, right, that's not right.
Do you know, it's something I've never understood. Like, because obviously, like, you know, if you travel or if you're on a hotel, motel, or friend's house or whatever, like you'd think the shower would be the one thing everybody'd know how to work.
It seems like
turn what
aye.
you know.
It seems like
turn
the
one way
kind
for
of
both.
thing that it seems like the kind of thing that should just be universally the same for most
Yeah.
showers. Just the way they work and the design and all that. Just so it is simple for somebody to just look at one and be like, right, that does that easy.
Exactly.
But it just isn't. It's just so annoying.
Do you know, it's like TV remotes.
Oh,
I've never understood why they're all different. You know, and they all have different setups and different buttons and stuff like that. And I've just never
Aye.
understood it. Like, why not just have every remote the same so that no matter what I buy, I'm not confused.
Just fucking, you go to somebody's house and you're like, how do I change? You're like, how do I change the output to the other HDMI? And you're like, all right, so you have to hold this button and then press this button and then press that, and that'll take you to the menu. And you're just like, oh fucking hell.
And then you put in your credit card details and then your birth certificate. Yep.
Fucking, it's crazy. It's so dumb.
No, things that should be universal, I just have no idea why they aren't. You know?
Just everybody want to be different and special.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad.
And when you go,
I was gonna say I'm glad that the whole the phone charger situation has been kind of being dealt with in Europe with that pish, with all these fucking phone companies want to have their own version of chargers cables rather than it just being one cable that fits all phones.
So wasteful. It's so wasteful when you think about it that way.
Such a fucking waste.
And for what? Just for clout. You know, just to say that it's my charger you're using.
I mean, it's just to make money so that if your charger breaks, you have to go to them to buy a new one. You can't just go buy a third party one that's cheap. You know, you have to buy their special one that's like 4 times more expensive than every other charger because you need their special cable to fucking connect it.
That's what I really love about Android. Like, they basically said for the start, you know, we're just going to have the same charger universal.
Aye, just USB-C, easy.
Yep. And other companies are like, you know, oh, we've got a new charger every 3 months. And the old chargers don't want the new you know.
It's fucking just like Apple, man. It's Apple, mostly. They're such arseholes. They're just like, you know how that thing that worked in your last devices? Well, now you need a whole new version of it for no reason other than we want more money.
Can I fucking fly off the handle about Apple a wee bit?
Of course.
Have you seen their mouse? Their wireless mouse?
I have not seen their Oh, is this the one that's got fucking the only way to charge it is like the port to charge it's like underneath it, so you can't use it while it's charging?
Yep.
This is the most ridiculous.
Who came up with that? Apple, $1 billion company, a tech company. You know, they might be smart, and they're like, yeah, put the charger so that it's practically useless if it needs charged.
I guarantee the idea behind that is them being like, if we do this, then they'll have to buy 2 mouse, and then that way they have to use one while the other one's charging. Haha. I fucking guarantee that was the thinking behind it. It's the scummiest shit, man.
It's so scummy. Like, I don't get, like, even as a design standpoint, what benefit did that? I just can't get my head around it. Why would you have to turn it upside down to charge it.
There's clearly no other part of the mouse that could have a port to plug
None.
into. No other
None.
part. It has to be underneath on the bottom so that it's unusable while it's charging.
I just can't get my head around it. Like, I'm Apple honestly think that their consumers are idiots.
I mean,
They're sitting there going, they will literally buy anything.
they are. I mean, that's the thing.
Apple
They are, and they literally do.
Aye. It's like, it's even, I don't understand, like, when people are, you know, they've got so many criticisms and comments about something, and then they'll go out and they'll buy it. Or, you know.
Aye, people fucking complain non-stop about how shitty the new iPhone is, and how it's worthless, and how nothing works on it, and all this shit, and how it's too expensive, and then the next iPhone gets announced, and they're like, oh my god, new iPhone, I'm so excited. It's like, bruh. Exactly.
Like, stop supporting companies with stupid products and stupid ideas. Like, please just stop supporting them. Somebody within that company is so stupid, and they're taking your money, and you're allowing them to be stupid. Just don't do it.
It's insane. It really is.
What are you having for dinner tonight?
I have absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea.
I think I'm having Philly steak sandwiches.
Ooh.
But you know what I said, so I think it's time to wrap up. Yes, it's time to wrap up.
They had dinner. They had the word dinner. They're going ape shit.
You know, it's just like
have you seen? Have you seen that TikTok where there's people saying like they pretend to be on the phone and they say all the words that would trigger their dogs to react, things like walk, dinner, and all that.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's quite funny.
Pretty funny stuff.
They're always just looking at them, waiting for that signal. Like, are you talking about me in the context? Right. I can hear you, and everybody can. Yes, I know. Right.
Aye.
She's so demanding. I have done nothing to help the behaviour today.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like she's gathering the pack. It's like she's like, everybody. Right, well, it has been a pleasure talking to you and recording this episode of the podcast. And thank you, listeners, for joining us again this week. And maybe next week you're going on an outing. You're going. You're going somewhere. Aye, you're going somewhere. You're going out. Right, come on. Right.
I'll let you get to your dogs. Thank you for listening, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, guys. Take care. Bye. Bye.